Any chance we could just pay a subscription fee? And there's optimization for this as well, apparently. Electric fence optimization. I must ask, was us joining your farm the reason why Ellis is coming for you? Nevertheless, be assured we will defend this farm and do whatever it takes to hold on to it. Been inspecting the electric fence you repaired. There are some optimizations that could be made to improve its energy usage. Off we go. I already see a multiple of. Source 1 outputs a sequence of random values. When source 1's value is a multiple of 5, send it to out 1. When it's a multiple of 2, send it to out 2. When it's a value of 2 and 5, send it to out 3. We have a fizz buzz here. If multiple of something, fizz. If multiple of something else, buzz. If multiple of both, fizz buzz. Pretty standard, basic, do you understand the programming language interview question. Do I understand this programming language? It's kind of a programming language. How do I detect for multiple of? Well, we're gonna need our sequential switch, definitely. 3 outputs, 1 input. Probably want to use CV instead of trig. Probably. Because I have finer control that way, and I'm not always going to want it to switch to the next thing. How do I do mathematical operations with this? Okay. Have an idea. Input split in. If I sum bias, what kind of values am I working with here? 85. -5. What does this do? Not much. I need it to loop -5s. VCA then. Guessing I'm only dealing with positive values here yet. Yeah, that simplifies things a little. We want an OR. Well, a split, possibly. An OR. A NOT. Yeah, that gives me a loop. Throw that back in there. Nice. This now counts down in multiples of 5. When this triggers, I need to take my value. Invert it. And tell me whether or not it's greater than 0. I need it to somehow stop going round in this infinite loop. How do I do that? I think it's gonna be with another VCA. Up to that, maybe? Probably not. But maybe. It's really going too rapidly for me to tell what's going on. This whole mechanism seems too bulky, because I need to repeat this twice, and then I need to do some logical operations. So I don't think this is really gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Hint me. I know that. Well, that sure is helpful. I was just wondering about that. I should have tried. I really haven't used the percentage function on the attenuator before at all. So this divides by 5, sure. But our fraction is just discarded. How does this help me? How does this help me? How does that help me? Ah, that's how that helps me. Maths. Fine. Yeah, this sure is a way to do it, I suppose. How do I multiply by? For halving, I can just double it again. Which is easy enough. But timesing by 5? I guess I need to do something funky and split. One, two, three, 4, 5. That gets me my multiple of 5. Not the cleanest looking way of doing it, but that gets me there. And how do I compare that they're the same? I need to flip it. Sum it back with the original. And check that the result is 0. Bit not. And not. Or I can take... could flip it again. And run both through knots. And if they're both 100, then it means it's divisible by 5. Divisible by 5, yes, yes, no, yes, yes. Yes, 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 no. Good. This seems to be working fine. Happy with that. I may need more outputs. Let's use a different color. Originates by 50%. Split. Sum. I don't need to split and flip, I can just split. That works fine. Can I also just sum it with the original? That also saves a step, I think. Is it always going to be -1? Looks like it. Cool, that simplifies things further. Can just add a 1. Is it greater than 0? Let's try and simplify this as well while I'm here. That, I think, negates that step. Yeah, fine. That's still working. And it means I can also discard that. Yep, yep, yep. Still works. Fantastic. Saves me some room. I might need that room. Split. Let's grab another different colour for this section. Need an and. That didn't work. This needs inverting again. Yup, good. Yup, good. It's divisible by both 5 and 2. Only divisible by 2. Only divisible by 5. Divisible by both. Only by 2. Good. This appears to be working. Do I even need this? Hold on. Do I even need this? Because what I want to do is... VCA, sum. Constant 1. Constant 2. Do not need this. Don't think I need the split either. So this outputs a 1 if it's divisible by 5. It outputs a 2 if it's divisible by 2. And if it's both, then hook them up into a sum and throw it in... Keep forgetting which way round it is. That's correct. 45. It's only a multiple of 5. 60 is a multiple of both, so 1 plus 2 both get added together into 3. That's only a multiple of 2. Both. Both. Only 2. Both. Only 5. And so on and so forth. The attenuating by a negative percentage is devious. I would have been at that for a while if it wasn't for the hint. You're not going to manage to retrieve the leaderboard, are you? Oh well. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Violating my company's intellectual property with every circuit you make. There's an easier way to survive, you know. You can join us. Uh-huh. Copyright. Sampler. We found a way to repurpose some of the electroshock tools used on livestock so they can be used as defensive weapons instead. With the addition of an advanced processor, they can work automatically. Fortunately, we have the module needed for such a purpose. A sampler capable of recording multiple signals into a buffer and output them as desired. With these samplers, you can create advanced forms of memory and thus more advanced circuits. Let's have a look-see here. Record the first 8 voltage values from source 1 and output them in a constant loop to out 1. sampler. Records signals into an internal memory buffer, and plays them back. This buffer can record up to 8 values. The recording state and position in the buffer can be controlled with additional signals. Okay. Buffer size, yup, 8 is good. Forward back. Moves back one position when receiving less than 0 volts, moves forward when receiving more than 0. Jumps to a position from 1 to 8. Recording is enabled when it has more than 0. And signal to be recorded. Okay. Sum. Output, output, input. Split. Output. Input. Four. What if I just set it to record constantly? Okay, it does not move along on its own. But it does rap. That's cool. I need it. If it's more than 0... Because I'm guessing if I just feed this directly into here... Oh no, it does go straight to the output right away. And I can just always feed into the record, because it's always going to be 0 if there's nothing to record. Fine, fine, fine. It's easier than I think it is. Don't need this, don't need that. In this case, I can just feed that directly into there, because when it's sending zeros, it's going to automatically stop recording, because da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fine. Budge everything nice and up together. Swap that around to minimize the cable lengths. And go. Rather musical, isn't it? Hey, the leaderboards are working again. Have you ever wondered why everything broke? All of our machines and computers? It's quite elegant, really. Every LS machine, no matter where in the world it is, connects to our servers here in the city. When the city flooded and our operations were interrupted, the servers shut down, and along with it, all the machines around the world. That seems incredibly poorly designed. They're rented out. This is our property, and there's nothing more than an effective and efficient way of enforcing our property rights. And we were not alone in doing this. We're still here. The world has not ended. It has merely evolved, and you need to evolve with it. Click, click. I somehow managed to double-click that button. It may have frozen the game. It didn't. Fantastic. Auto-targeting system. With the electroshock tools, we can build automated turrets, but they need a targeting system. We can use the sampler so that the turret can memorize and keep track of targets. Fine. Not a huge fan of building weapons, but fine. Create a random access memory. Source 1 outputs random signal values. When Source 2 outputs a non-zero value, store the value at Source 1 into memory, with Source 2 as the index to store at. When Source 3 outputs a non-zero value, output the stored value at the index specified to Source 3 to out 1. Fine. I'm guessing 2 and 3 will never be at the same time. That would be tricky to deal with. I wouldn't even know what would really happen in that case. Looks like we're good. Yeah, I'm building a little bit of RAM, basically. So some... Let's just start splitting some stuff. There's our position. Bouncing around like a bouncing around thing. Signal in is gonna be straightforward enough. Record needs to happen only when Source 2 is positive. I need an OR, really. Like that. Record 55 to slot 7. Do nothing. Record 70 to slot 8. Record 50 to slot 8. And then straight away 0 to slot 8. That all seemed rather pointless. Cool, I think it's working though. It runs around saving things to various places. Now, if Source 3 is positive, then send our output. A nice, easy one. We shuffle everything closer together. VCA goes here, that goes there. This goes, there, maybe? That's there, that's there. Shuffle everything along one. Slot that in there. That there, that there. This feels pretty efficient. Not sure how much more optimizing you can really do here. Must be fairly minimal, right? Perhaps. I'm very curious. What is this plan in this new... What is your plan in this new world of yours? What will your society look like? What a fascinatingly naive response. Reloading mechanism. Yeah, that's probably fairly important. Hang tight, I'm coming over with Gordon and a few others to assist you. With Sophia to get your defense systems up and running. If we can continue with the turrets, we need to create a reloading mechanism for it. Source 1 outputs 4 time-step long sequences, record them, and output them in reverse to out 1. Clock seems relevant here. I need to build a flip-flop somehow. Well, first things first. Signal in. Bias positive 1. Bias negative 1. Or I could skip forward 4. Might be easier. Maybe. How do I flip-flop first? Is the signal delay going to be useful at all? You know, it's probably easier to just do it based on whether or not source 1 is 0. Because when it's not broadcasting, it's gonna be 0. VCA, VCA. Sum. Grab a different color real quick. This is going to be in forward and back. Another different colour. That goes in there, that goes in there. Is this the right way around? Yeah, not really. It doesn't really matter. This way just looks nicer, I think. Fine. I do not need the clock. It's currently broadcasting. I want to record. That looks good. If it's not currently broadcasting, then I want it to output. Is this gonna skip first step? It is. I thought it might. What if I just still... this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because I only need to delay it sometimes. No time step. If it's -1, then... split that there. Positive, positive, positive. That really does not work. That really does not work. I need to block it from going the other direction as well with a second one. It's up to there. Throw that in there. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, -1, -1, -1. It doesn't matter what happens on this tick. If I cared about what's saved here, I would need to go forward 1, but I don't. So that's perfectly fine. Nice. Again, let's at least attempt to shuffle things a little bit closer together. Running these all down here is probably sensible. That all stays over there just fine. The VCA and save stuff probably ought to be over here. I think this is close to maximally efficient. Hurrah. Not sure if that score went up or down even, because, yeah, time taken is more. Why does moving things closer together increase the time taken? Who knows. You're not really much of a leader, are you? Mommy Miriam has to come over to help. We'll see how effective teamwork is when I take your farm, then hers too. Aggressive much? Target identification system. That sounds important. Let's not ignore it. There's an improvement we could make to the turret's auto targeting system that would allow it to recognize and ignore allies. Should give us some additional safety. Source 1 outputs 8 time-step-long sequences consisting of 4 odd and 4 even signal values. At the end of each sequence, store and output the 4 even signal values to out 1, and the same for the 4 odd signal values. Okay. Seems similar-ish to the previous one. But with the additional step of we need to determine odd and even. Why do I have a sequential switch? I know why I have a sequential switch. We need 2 samplers, which is going to take up a fair chunk of space. Sequential switch has 2 outputs, one of which goes up here, and the other down here. Oof. Well, I know how to determine between odd and even now. Okay, now thingamy. Do a minus 50%. split it, sum it. To the original. Plus 1. And chuck it in an OR. If it's odd, this is 0. If it's even, it's 100. Or I can do plus 2, throw it straight in the CV. Odd value, even value, even value, odd value, even value. Nice. It works, and it seems relatively efficient. Great. Good start. Split that in twain. Give me a different cable colour. Signal in. Always positive, right? Yeah. Is it more than 0? If it is, we record. Record and we move forward. Cool. Here's our 4 odd values. Repeat this pattern. 1 OR, 1 sum. Sum is here for later. Great, now I have 4 odd values and 4 even values. New cable color. If the values coming in are 0, we begin VCAing the output. I need to flip them, because I've done even at the bottom and out at the top. Just the way things worked out. need to signal delay with this color. Signal delay. If that is 100. Start sending -1s back in. In light green. -1. In here, in there. Split you. It's there and there. I can right click, right, to get the no, it dyes it that colour. Light green. And throw in there. Okay. Now they move back, and back, and back. Sure, they can move back one more. I don't think it makes any difference. It doesn't. And it works! Always good when it works. Always good when it works, especially when I don't have to fiddle with it over and over again to make it work, and it just works pretty much right off the bat. Fantastic. I think I may be able to optimize slightly, but really not much. Shuffle things around a little. It's a complicated one, but it's just because there's a lot of steps to it, especially to make the samplers work properly. Each individual step is fairly straightforward, there's just a lot of steps. Beautiful. Apparently there's some much more elegant solutions out there. I'm content. I see you. We're so close now. Bring it. Auto-targeting spotlight. We're gonna have the best turrets. We're here, but we don't have much time. Alden is close, we must make our final preparations. Given their distance, they will arrive at night. We need to automate the spotlights, have them find the enemies, and flush them out. Create a stack memory that can store up to 5 values, and have it do something or other. Source 1 outputs random signals. When source 2 is at 100 volts, store the value at source 1 into memory. When source 3 is at 100 volts, remove the most recent stored value and output it to out 1. Yeah, I'm making a stack. I'm making a first in, last out, I think. First in, last out stack list here. Fine. Never had to change the buffer size yet. 8 still seems rather suitable. Well, no, it says up to 5 values. Let's put it on 5 then, it might make a difference. When source 2 is on, record. Feed source 1 in constantly. Not sure if it matters which I look at here. So let's look at source 2. When it exists, it's always 100. So I can just forward back straight in there. Well, I'm gonna need a sum for later. But basically straight in there. In fact, I don't need to. I do need to. Because I can't do the what the thing. I can't do the what the thing, so this is fine. That looks a-okay. Now then, different colour. Chuck that in a split, probably. And then into here. Feed that in there and that in there. Don't know why I'm trying to optimize distance already. That's already pretty close. It's just that I also need to track backwards. So we invert with yellow wire, and we track backwards. Yeah, it needs to be after a delay. I thought it probably would need to be. Delay by 1 tick. So it reads R35, then tracks back. What'd you know? It works. Amazing. Ooh, and I'm fairly high up the leaderboard. I'm in the 3-digit figures. Can I move this and this a little bit closer together? Improve things more? I can't get rid of the notepad. $200s. This looks pretty efficient. What's the top? Yeah, really not much disparity. It's just shuffling things around a little bit more really to get another 50 or so points squeezed out. But this is very close to maximally efficient. Are you ready to lose? We're ready to win. Huzzah! No special super duper extra puzzles. Just gotta go back and do tractor gear system at some point, I suppose. So, yeah, eventually I just gave up and looked up the solution, so here it is. Do not ask me how to explain this block because I don't fully understand it.